organization, and we advocate the preservation, conservation of the southern coastlines, the bays, the beaches. You know, we have such a beautiful resource down there, the landscape, and you know, we're not anti-development, but we want to make sure that projects that do come about are responsible projects that reflect our southern culture.
Mm-hmm. So that's a very important distinction to make. So you're not saying let's completely negate this project and everything. You just want to see it done in the right way.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And how do we get that done?
Well, one of the ways that has been proposed is Bill 318-33, excuse me, that was proposed by Senator Adden and Senator Morrison, which would give the municipal planning community organizations a stronger say in what happens in their villages.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Adrian, even though the organization, the grassroots organization, as it was pointed out, it saves Southern Guam, but this is actually a collaborative effort by many residents in the central part of the island as well as the south.
Yes, it is, Jason. I'm actually from Orta, Chalam, Pago. Mm-hmm. I live in the Pago area, so I'm right there at ground zero with this proposed project that the Guam Land Use Commission approved. You know, there are a lot of statutes already in the books that talk about zoning, how you go about it. There's also a specific statute that talks about our natural resources, the seashore, the protection of the seashore and coastal areas. There's actually 3 chapters specifically that talk about the seashore and the coastal areas. And one would think that that's bulletproof, that's ironclad to actually protect against irresponsible development. And in this case, we feel that the statute and the requirements in those chapters that I mentioned were not taken wholeheartedly and applied in the case of the Pago Bay Marina Resort Hotel.
Mm.
Okay.
Now, what makes that part of the island, just so, again, so everybody understands this, what makes the central and southern part of the Guam, particularly on the eastern coast, so valuable to the island in terms of, you know, like the marine life and the flora and fauna and everything? Because of course, you know, big business would see that and they see like there's a lot of green over there, there's a lot of undeveloped part, and they're like, hey, you know, we can maybe put up a store, maybe put up a hotel, another mall, I know has been discussed at least, you know, 3 or 4 times and everything like that. What makes that part of the island so distinct and worth stating?
Okay, first of all, the Pago Bay Bridge is the gateway to the southern part of Guam on the eastern side. And as you can see, it's very natural. There's a lot of lush landscape. You know, Guam being an island, no matter where you're driving, you're going to come across the seashore and the coastal area. So that's the charm of the central and the southern part of the island. It's not overdeveloped. Okay, there are practically single-family dwellings sprinkled, scattered throughout central, that part of the island on the southern coast and coming back up to Agate. Yeah, we've had some development. Look at the Leo Palace Resort, okay? But it's tucked away in up in the mountains, up in the hills, okay? So I wasn't here when that went up, but we hope that it was reviewed and approved based in accordance with Guam law.
Manengan isn't exactly a village unto itself, but
right.
it very well could be.
Sure. So if you look at what they did or what came about of Tumut Bay, and as investors and tourists that want to come to the island, there's, you know, they say that we're building just because we need to accommodate the increase in tourism. So where else are they going to look, Jason? They're going to look to the southern iconic bays, the untouched areas that should be protected for many generations to enjoy.
Mm. Now, Lasia, the organizations to whom primarily you're addressing, you know, these issues, aside from the community at large, are the Guam Land Use Commission, the Department of Land Management, and Guam Wanfeng Construction. How have they received the information and the message that you're trying to pass along to them thus far?
Well, initially they didn't receive our message. You know, there were community boards meetings held, and there was opposition to the project. We had a change.org petition that was circulated with over 1,000 people signed. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. And the GLUC didn't receive, you know, our message.
Okay, but you know, so since they haven't received that and everything, maybe let's say, how can the community get more involved in everything? Because for whatever reason, if they're not responsive at this point, how can you create, you know, maybe make a larger bullhorn and everything so that they may hear it?
Sure, sure. Well, we have this Facebook page that people can go to and like, and we have information on there. And you know, we're currently planning a few events that hopefully get the community involved and engaged in what's going on.
Okay, and then so what is the Facebook page? And if people want to search it right now, maybe join the group or, you know, post some messages and everything and find out more how to get directly involved.
Sure. It's Facebook, just go to Save Southern Guam.
Okay, well, this certainly is not the last we will hear of this, and we'll have you back here very, very soon to talk more about this as this issue continues to develop. So thank you both.
Thank you.
All right, please stay tuned, everybody. We are back. More show on the way when we return.